But anyways, yeah, 3 years. I was vegan before he was born, and you know that helped me out a lot. And so because of that, you know what I mean, you know, he's fully vegan now, you know what I mean, and it's been a little journey, man. I'm telling y'all, raising a vegan kid, you know what I mean, making sure, you know what I mean, he's eating the right thing so that he won't feel like he's left out of, you know, school lunches. That's why one thing, just to give y'all some advice, if y'all raising a vegan child, and you know, y'all gotta make sure, man, y'all on point of everything. I'm talking about everything. Especially, you know, nobody else is doing this. So I gotta be on point on everything. I'm talking about birthday parties. If we going out, if my son's going to sleep out somewhere, if he's, you know, sleeping out, you know, if he's going out with some friends or whatever, even at this age, you know what I mean, that don't, you know, happen. But, you know, the times it did happen that I had to think about a lot of these things, you know what I mean? Especially, let's say, for example, school, right? He's in elementary school right now, and so in his elementary school, of course, you know, they don't cater to vegans. So one of the first things I had to do, I had to make sure I talk to his teacher. Cause you know, sometimes, you know, they might give out the kids, you know, candy bars, this, that. And you know, with these teachers, you know, they're not thinking about, you know what I mean? They're not, you know, health conscious or thinking about if this kid is vegan, if this kid is not. If they don't think about these things, you know, because that's not the norm. So me as a parent, automatically I have to kind of like, I have to call, you know what I mean, like, I have to tell the teachers, you know what I mean, from the get-go, like the beginning of the year, I gotta, you know, tell her, all the teachers, like, look, my son is vegan, just in case you guys having any parties, anything like that, you guys gotta let me know what is it that you guys are having as far as food in the party. Then I can actually bring a replacement for him. Like, I've had to do that. I've had to where, just like, I remember my son there was a pizza party at his school. So, you know, you gotta be fair. You can't, you know, you gotta think about what's going on, because you gotta see me. I didn't grow up vegan, you know what I mean? You know, I only been vegan for the past 10 years. When I was, you know, I became vegan when I was 28 years old. So you gotta see me. You know, I never had to worry about that, you know what I mean? When I was younger, you know, I didn't have to worry about, you know, any of that. I wasn't vegan. So, you know, when you go to school, when there's a birthday party or when there's, you know, regular parties, you know what I'm saying? You know, they feed you whatever. You go eat whatever it is that you got. Cheese pizzas, chicken wings, all of that, you know what I mean? But it's not like that for my son, you know what I mean? It's not like that. It's so difficult, because it's just like, oh my goodness, family. That's the part. These are the parts that a lot of people don't understand, how veganism works, and how, you know, this lifestyle, especially if you have a child, how, you know, it could get, it could be challenging. It's not difficult. It becomes challenging, because, you know what I mean, you got to be fair. You know what I mean? You have to be fair, and you have to make sure that your kids don't feel left out. Because, you know, at these ages, you know, my son, he know the diet, but he still don't understand what the hell veganism is all about. To be honest with you, is now at 7 years old now, I see that he really started to understand a little bit more. But yeah, he wasn't really, you know, this is still a lot that he don't know, you know what I mean? He's still a lot he don't understand, you know what I mean? It's because the fact that, you know, I'm doing this, I'm feeding him, I'm making sure I give him, you know, so it's easy for him. So that's what you guys gotta understand, man, you know what I mean? Raising vegan kids, vegan children is, you gotta be on point on everything, man. From pizza parties at schools to making sure, you know, he's not eating the school lunch, to making sure you telling the teachers that, yo, look, you know, when it's lunchtime, make sure that my son is eating his lunch, you know what I mean? And that he's not going to eat the school lunch. And then another important thing that I do, I think which would be good for you parents, you know, especially you raising a vegan child, and not just vegan child, just let's just say you just on your health stuff, you know what I mean? You just wanna, you know what I mean, you know, more health conscious, you know what I mean? These videos, you know, this definitely be good, you know what I mean, advice for you. But yeah, so yeah, so like basically you gotta, you know, you gotta be on point, man. You gotta like really know what's going on. You have to understand that you gotta prepare things for your kids, you know what I mean? I remember, like I said, there was a pizza party that my son school was having, and so you know, when I had asked, you know, the teacher had asked me, just like, you know, we're having a pizza party, I'm not sure, you know, she like, I'm not sure if God could eat the pizza. I was like, nah, if it's not vegan. And I'm like, and she's like, well, you know, the where we getting the pizza at, they don't have vegan pizza. So I told her, I said, look, don't worry about it, I'll bring in the pizza. So I literally had to set time, plan this out, and when the day came, you know what I mean, I went and bought my son vegan pizza, and I went to the school, I dropped it off to him. You know what I'm saying? And it's you know, that's what you have to do, man. You gotta cater to your kids. And oh, my other point was with the grocery shopping. Was it grocery shopping? That's what I was talking about. Yeah, you have to. Damn, I was making a point like a couple minutes ago before. But anyways, yeah, you have to know what you're doing, okay? You have to literally like. No, it's challenging. I'm telling y'all, man, it's very challenging, man. You know what I mean? Because you got to be on point on everything. You know, like for example, like during Halloween, even though, you know, I wasn't really celebrating Halloween like that, but yeah, I started celebrating it because of my son, because, you know, he has friends and all of that. So even in Halloween, you know, when he goes trick-or-treating, I gotta make sure, you know what I mean, that he's not eating, you know what I mean, the candies. You know, he goes trick-or-treating, but he knows that those candies, those candy bars, they're not good for him. He can't eat them. So it's difficult, family, man. It's not difficult, it's challenging. You know what I mean, to be raising a vegan kid like that. I'm over here at work, y'all, so I'm about to end this video soon. But yeah, it's challenging, man, to raise a vegan kid, going to school. You know what I mean? Especially like if they're having a birthday party, you gotta make sure you find out. You gotta let the people, you know what I mean, doing the birthday party, you gotta let them know, look, you know, my son is vegan. Just letting you know that. And I've been there. I've been there where my son, he has 2-3 friends, and they've invited, you know what I mean, I've been through their birthday parties, and the parents, they know we vegans, and they cater to us. And it's not every parent that's gonna do that. It's not everyone that's gonna do that, you know what I mean? So that's the challenges about, you know, being vegan. And even with your kids. And then also another thing too, with the school lunch, the menu, what I usually do is I would take the school menu, look at the menu, and every day for whatever they have on the menu, I'll make sure I give my son that same food that they got on the menu, but it's more vegan. You know what I mean? So let's just say if they was having regular pizza, mac and cheese or something like that, then that's what I would put on my son's lunchbox, so that when he gets to school, he'll see like every other kid. They might be eating this. They might be eating a hot dog. They might be eating a hamburger. They might be eating, and depending on the day, what they have on the menu. And so if they're having, you know, hot dogs and French fries, or burgers and French fries, then I'll make burgers and French fries that's vegan. So when he opens up his food, he'll see that, okay, he has a burger, he has French fries just like everyone else. And then also whatever snack that they might have, you know, I put that in his bag. So his lunch box. So that's what it is though, man. You know what I mean? Just that's what it is with this whole vegan lifestyle, man. Especially with your kids, you gotta be on point. You have to know everything. I mean, I'm talking about everything. That's why I have to be right there with my son. I can't, there's nobody else that's doing this. There's nobody else that's helping me out, you know what I mean, you know, to do this. I mean, his mom is not, she's not vegan no more, you know what I mean? And, you know, she, you know what I mean, it's not the same, you know what I mean? You know, she don't, you know, she don't live with us. You know, she's in another state, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's difficult, you know what I mean? Even with that, you know, I remember there was at times where I was kind of like, you know, anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. You know, beefing with her telling me, you know what I mean, she, you know, after, you know, how long my son been vegan now, oh, you telling me, you know what I mean, she could, you know, feed him whatever she want, even if it's meat or not. And I'm like, that don't make sense. Like, how you gonna start feeding the boy, you know, meat just because you're not vegan no more? You know, that's not cool, you know what I mean? But anyways, family, man, you know what I mean? That's what it is, you know what I mean, as far as with, you know, being a vegan, you know what I mean, with my son. And he's learning, man. He's learning now. He's beginning to know. He talks about it a little bit more, and which is kind of like, I'm so happy that he's learning. He's knowing what is it that he's eating, and it makes me proud. You know, 7 years now I've been doing this, and you know, he's getting to it. He watches what I cook. He loves